Al Shalamti. Again I say, Al Shalamti. Himotep. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Brothers and sisters, join with me here today, or this evening I should say, for those folks watching it at night, how to learn Graspmatyx.com. Yours truly, Dr. Yates, the inventor of Graspmatyx.com, is full encouraging you to tell someone else about this perceptional educational program called Graspmatyx. Yes, you heard Dr. Yates pop this P. There's a reason for that. Graspmatyx. Graspmatyx. Here on the board, you notice the word right up here, Graspmatyx.com by Dr. Yates. On the right side here, we have the word Graspish. Graspish. Here it is. Graspish. Graspish. Graspish is the word identifying the Kwankwa. Kwankwa, K-W-A-N, K-W-A. K-W-A-N, K-W-A, Kwankwa is the Amarenya or Ethiopic, I would more likely say Amharic. The word spoken in the Ethiopian language called Amarenya or Amharic. The word Kwankwa means language. I think it means more than language, but for now, in the English word that would be close to that word would be language. Because to me, the word Kwankwa is more than just talking. It's more than just a language. It's about spiritual, and also it's about educational or academical comprehension. So we are going to be learning this math in the Kwankwa called Graspish. Now Graspish simply means making sense of the English nonsense. All right? So Graspish is talking about making sense. There are a lot of words in the English language that can be very contradictory and confusing. So you hear Dr. Yates here, for example, you would what? Ear, E-A-R, ear Dr. Yates, and not hear Dr. Yates, the ear in your head. Sounds very similar, right? You're not going to hear me. You're going to hear me using words that is based on perceptional, what we call phonetics. Now, over on the left, there are 4 words written on the board. The first one is perception, reasoning, rhythm, restoration. These are the 4 principles of Graspmatyx. What are they? Perception, reasoning, rhythm, restoration. Disfortunately, a lot of people mispronounce this word and call it restoration. But no one is resting here. No, what you're doing, you're restoring. What are you restoring? These 3 principles, perception, reasoning, and rhythm. So this is what the math is based on. These are the 4 principles of Graspmatyx. Now, most people watch television in the Caribbean, especially in the United States Virgin Islands and also in the BVI, and also in other countries, especially Guyana and St. Kitts and Antigua and Dominica, St. Lucia, several islands. I've been promoting my Graspmatyx program, even including also in England and also in Ethiopia, Habesha. Well, they have seen Dr. Yates illustrated the 6 timetables, the simplicity of learning the 6 timetables, and they have questions. So I hope to answer some of those questions here on this Graspmatyx episode. Now, the 6 timetables. 6 times 8, 6 times 6, 6 times 4. I use small numbers here so you can see for the little ones in the room who are watching this program, they can also follow along and grasp the math. Now 6 times 8. Simple. All you have to do is find the half of the number 8. The number 8, the half of 8, in school they say the half of 8 is 4. That's what they say in school. So we put 4, right? Then the 8, we just bring it over to the right. And that's the answer. That's simple. Okay, if you see it for the first time, you said, whoa, it is simple. 6 times 8, the half of 8, in school it says 4, and we bring over the 8. The half of 6. Now, if you notice here, we have the multiplication times, 6 times 8. Here we have a letter T, because T stands for times. So we don't use this symbol, we use initials. We say 6, and the letter T stands for times. 6 times 6, and then you have EQ. EQ means equal, okay? Or equivalent. Equal, like the equal, this is a sign, my equal sign, but we use initials, we use EQ. So we're saying 6T6 EQ, or 6 times 6 equals, the half of 6 is 3, and then I bring over the 6 and put it to the far right, and that is my answer, 3, 6. 6 times 8, 4, 8. 6 times 6, 3, 6. Notice Dr. Yates is saying 4, 8 and 3, 6. He didn't say 48 or 36. And here's the reason why. These are figures. So I'm calling the figures based on what was written and what I can see. I see the 4, I see the 8. I say 4, 8. I see the 3, I see the 6. I say 3, 6. I don't say 48. And here's the reason why. Yours truly, Dr. Yates, I was first placed in the public school, actually in the Catholic school at a very young age of 5. And can you imagine, I got kicked out of school. Oh, I can laugh at it now. I got kicked out of school when I was at the age of 5. At the age of 5, I was kicked out of the Catholic school. They couldn't take me. I was a rebel at 5. Oh, I give those nuns and I give those teachers a hard time. I had a lot of learning questions and challenging questions for a lot of things they were telling me didn't make sense, even at the age of 5. And so they said, no, we don't want him. He's troublemaker. So I got kicked out. Can you imagine that? At the age of 5? Normally supposed to be at the age of 6 at school, right? I was 5, but I was so advanced in my learning because of my older brothers and sisters. When they come home, I got into their bags and got into their books, took the books out, got into the books, and I was homeschooled a lot. So I was ready for school, but I wasn't ready to be sitting there and just taking things in without asking questions. So I was a little rebel at the age of 5 at school. So they kicked me out of the Catholic school, and my mom placed me into the Wesleyan school, which was actually owned by the government. So the government school is where I went into after the at the age of 5 when I was kicked out. So what happened is that I always had questions as a child. So in school, the Catholic school and the government school, the public school, they taught me that the number 40, they call it 40, they call this number 40, all right? If this is 40, okay, and this is the number 8, so this should be called 48, because here's the 40 and here's the 8. 48. See? That's confusing. 40. If you say write 48, the first number I hear is 40. So I write 40. They told me to write 40 like that. Then the last number I hear, and not hear, don't hear. You can't hear with the hear in your head. You have to hear with your ears, right? I hear 8, so I would write 48, and that's confusing. In school, they say that's 408. So the language in which this is taught is very contradictory. That is why we teach Graspmatyx in a language called Grasp-ish. So we say 48, that's Grasp-ish. We speak in the figures. We don't say 48. All right? 36 instead of 36. First thing I hear is 30, I'll write 30. And then I hear 6 and I'll write 6. That's confusing. 36, which is, they call it 306. So to avoid all this confusion in the language, we make it simple and we speak the Kwankwa. The Kwankwa, remember the Ethiopian word, Amharic word, or the Amerindian word? The Amerindian word Kwankwa, which means language. We speak the Kwankwa called Grasp-ish. 6 times 8, 48. Why? The half of 8 is 4, bring over the 8, 48. The half of 6 is 3, bring over the 6, 36.